one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. She said to me, hurry and eat. You gotta go to Sunday school, filled with the love of glory. We learned the whole story. She'll always have her wings, despite the things this troubled world can bring. And Reverend Eagle Zookeeper, he on his way. People, you don't mind to take care of a little business, and he want to know, shot rookies, if we could just touch it a little bit, tease it a little bit, squeeze it a little bit, if you will. Public safety is the reason. And he can say, he want to know how old this lady struck is. And she got a camera on her. And she generate revenue for the school for all the people who would break the speed transition in the fine area. It's early one Sunday morning. Breakfast was on the table. She said to me, hurry and eat. Don't forget about Sunday school. And Eagle say speed limit is 15 when children are present. But somehow, some way, shape, or another, early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. She said to me, hurry and eat. Don't forget about Sunday school. And as we delegate, we want to let the church people know that we had more church members out here, all in the public, executing their spiritual gifts. And spiritual gifts are gifts that it's not physical. It's something that only God can. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. She said to me, hurry and eat. Don't forget about Sunday school. And Eagle say, stop, Rookers. Eagle say, oh man, she push. She push. Is she gonna make it or not? It's Eagle with that snap. It's the motor gonna lock. It's Eagle. He say, Zookeeper. He say, early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. And Eagle say he hurt because a lot of these rookies early one Sunday morning, breakfast was not on the table. And we got a lot of family members, loved ones, and friends creating seed, and they have no way to take care of their family member, loved one, and friend outside the government having to step in. And Reverend Eagle say, early one Sunday morning, it shouldn't be like that. But unfortunately, when we institutionalize our brain, we fall into the institutionalizations in the world. And we got a few rookies who just so institutionalized, it just don't make no humanly sense. But we want to shout out God today. It's the Zookeeper. He say it's June 29th, 2024. He on his way to the library and he on his way doing a show. He say, we in the city of Marshall, village of Marshall, town of Marshall. And shout out to Marshall Baptist Church. Shout out to all the traffic, all the people who moving and grooving, feeling good today, thinking about creating it. Shout out to the, oh man, and shout out to this. He can say he can't get enough of it. He can't get enough of it, because he say, shout out to the Marshall Baptist Church on South BB Street, West Main Street. You know, and it'd have been a beautiful thing if a few church members would have came and congregated together, blessed each other. Because Reverend Eagle say the church he going to, you really gonna get a blessing one way or another. They gonna play with your imagination. Once you say you believe in God, want to achieve in God, and you want to teach in the public, well, so many churches just really losing. They losing fans, they losing followers because they really ain't putting it on the rookies like the zookeeper. He say we in a situation, we going to Waterloo, Deerfield, straight and right, but we want to introduce to this thing called shout out to ABC. We want to introduce you to this thing called Guilt versus Conflict. 6, 5, 8, Fed third at 82 and 83. Reverend Eagle, the zookeeper, say you can be on YouTube all of them, but you got to be saying something. If you're not, the police gonna come and try to harass you because they think you may be losing your mind. And shout out to this level of time when we most dubiously, most wonderfully, oh my, stop rookies. We most stop rookies. We come out with something like this, and the people say this safe for the public, 10,000 unchangeable codes, and then zookeeper kick in. He say we ain't got a camera there, here, there, or there, or there. But we got so much traffic moving on these Marshall streets. And then early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. She said to me, and we happen to stumble up on something else now. Situation that calls we see now something we might not would allow if we really knew who zookeeper was in town. We got a few cameras, but they really ain't doing the function. The function need to be functioning. The Eagles say the highest altitude of the light pole it would be functioning most properly, but we got lost again. And he can say every day he wake up, he make it his mission to teach all these people who say they got the uniform on why he a YouTube auditor and why if we listen to him, we be spending so much money. And money really don't mean nothing. It's the memories we want to leave behind in time. But time never was when man was not. And if time shall end, man shall end. So Eagles say he trying to figure this thing out. He passed on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. And we trying to figure out why all the true Christians just love God so hard. But then we look up and we broke. And then a lot of us, we just can't pay tithing, but we really want to. And then a lot of us just don't know what to do when God say, come out in the public and speak for me. And niggas say he's speaking. And he want to know why in a legitimate business district we have no cameras at the high altitude of these beautiful light poles to catch any accident, any situation where cause things go wrong in that little tight spot. She tight. Seagill versus Conflict. She tight. But stop. He gonna say we happen to be stumbling on Highway 19 by feet in the library this week, but that don't mean nothing. Eagle say he trying to figure out why traffic control had audacity to put their name on it and give Eagle something to talk about as we was doing our nature walk, trying to figure out business and business districts and why some people got this and some people ain't got that, and why so much ambiguity from state to state, city to city. on what the library could attribute for a human as a resource to help them as they trying to do whatever they got to do in the supply area of going to the life. So we early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on the table. She said to me, hurry and eat. Don't forget about Sunday school. And he could say, early Sunday morning, he know a lot of women that ain't feeding their babies. They too far off and tricking the men. And all this power and control thing that the women and the men do. And they could say he had to eliminate all that power control tit for tat in his life. Now, see guilt versus conflict. So what that means is, Zookeeper say he got a lot of beautiful women that want him to come back to the area and play house and lay in the bed and be in love with what they got, what they use as a weapon to play with the men. But then Eagle say we can't play that game today. It's June 29th, 2024. I mean, you can say he ain't got no money from his show yet, but he know he do. And if you think you're going to get away with not allowing the Eagle to get his paper, then you might be through. Shop local. You can say we in the city of Marshall, and he don't understand when business transition from residential property to business property, and then the business owners ain't got the cameras, the highest altitude like pole, and the city is in charge of this, but the city failed to put the cameras there to generate the income. So when we get to putting the cameras up, who really gonna make the most money? Is it gonna be the city or is it gonna be the business owners? And as we delegating about business districts, we want to talk about early one Sunday morning. You can say early one Sunday morning, breakfast was not on the table. And we got a lot of let's lock it in. It's okay. Stop it. It's so he say early one Sunday morning, breakfast was not on the table. It was not on the table. It was a reality, and stability became a fable. Early one Sunday morning, and he could say it hurts him to see and witness. You know, he had to. We got to break it down, Rookies. It's so much of the skill of today. It's Zookeeper. He say we hit a business district, ain't no camera nowhere. Then we got speed traps, and they ain't trapping for no money. And then we got women that's proud that they can create babies, but then they have no way of providing financial stability for the children. So as we caught up in this moment of time, Zookeeper say it's June 29, 2024, and he declared, decreed it. He say we're gonna get the work done, and he say he shall not lie. But we need to get straight to the bottom of the source. The source today is lack of resource. You can say we got a lack of resource everywhere. Early one Sunday morning, breakfast was on table. She said to me, let's eat, but we ain't got no food. And he could say, stop. He say it hurts him, truly does, when the parents or the children have no way to feed their babies. And then on top of that, we got food pantries and stuff in the public, but the women so prideful that they would not stumble in the food pantry, but then they want to continue to play mind games with the boys to make them fall in love. And then you can say he's tired of broke love. He tired of broke sex. He tired of He tired of just being broke. So he say he in a situation where God placed him to he got 17 lawsuits to do. And we happen to be working on 21, 22, 23, and 24. It's coming real soon because he can't give you all the information, but what he can say is what we doing today is plaintiff has to object and respond properly using evidence that is available and not available as the record stands currently to prove Zookeeper say he had a show on YouTube and the people just got confused and then police continue to get called and then we got to get some clarity to the situation. Was it harassment? Was it Fourth Amendment intrusion? And was it policy? It really in play, but the police say it wasn't in play. So his Zookeeper say he gonna make a play of this, and we also want to educate any human who maybe an endurance situation cause tribulation with the police department that you may be confined to based on your institutionalization mind. You got trapped in some city, some state, some province, fell in love with me, you wanted to die in that area. You gonna say, got a lot of beautiful women that want to die and be happy with the picket fence, but we got a few kinks that's kind of off. We got we got that thing called lust that's just taking over, breaking and destroying families. And he could say, shout out to this and shout out to that, but shout out to this. He could say, we got so many beautiful women. Oh my, beautiful, wonderful, gorgeous. They just got misled. And we got songs that help you women not believe in God. And he gonna say it's kind of funny to him, but it ain't because he say he's supposed to have been rich 4 years ago when he came out and spoke about his show, and then some humans with a human tongue said no, he can't elevate. There's no way he could. There's no way he could elevate. There's no way he could possibly and a possibility of possible elevating the kingdom of God where he has destroyed so many families. He the worst drug dealer in the world, the worst womanizer in the world. He's the worst of the worst, and he's just the worst. He's a bully. He's an animal. He's a dog. He's a think tank. We can't figure him out. He don't belong to society. And then he could say we got to take a step back, Rickers, because he could say on his show he has predicted accident. He has predicted this. He has predicted that. He's predicted this, and the people know it. So, as we knowing, we the people for the people and by the people. Why do we continue to divide the people? It's a zookeeper. He say we finna get to that library very very shortly. But as we get there, the zookeeper say he wanted to come to his spot and show you why he fighting for what you might not fight for. And today's lesson is never judge a book by its cover. Zookeeper say, today's lesson, never judge a book by its cover because when we do, we look at flesh and we're not seeing spiritual things. So let's break it all the way down, Rookers. Never judge a book by its cover. So you say he like to play around a lot, but in his heart now, in his mind, he know he's supposed to been rich. He had a few rookies blocking him, and he trying to get rid of these rookies. And as he been trying to get rid of these rookies just keep on playing rookie games. And rookie games is man, what the hell this man gonna say next? He just so cold at what he do for God. It's something I've never heard in my life. Who is this man? What is this show about? And can I really learn something from Zookeeper? Or Zookeeper say if you don't have a kingdom company, you can learn something. And Zookeeper say if you don't believe in God for real, God called you to do something for the righteousness of the people, you can learn something. And Zookeeper say if you just a confused Christian, don't know what it's about, you can learn something. And the Regal Reverend Eagle also the Zookeeper dubiously also must stop Rookers. He say he want to teach on his show, and somehow, some way, demons come out. They say ain't no way in hell gonna let this man teach anything. He can't teach nobody. He's a manipulator. He's a liar. He's a thief. He's a fool. He's everything the people ever read about. Then Zookeeper say, well, hold on. What about this? And what about that? And what about artificial intelligence, web design, traffic control? And what about this? And what about that? 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 And the what abouts, we got confused. So, and what about today? We really break down Roe versus Wade a little bit better, and we must most dubiously, wonderfully, and gorgeously get to the Trump campaign maybe later on. But Eagle say he got a lot of work to do. It's so much that he really can't even be talking on the phone right now. He's sneaking in the show to keep his audience, in tune with life. He say, if you're a Christian woman, you got to understand what Proverbs teach about and how to raise the baby. But then we got to live it out. See, and the reading is easy, but living it out is the hard part, women. It is. When you got a man that wine you, dine you for years and days and tell you he love you, and then all of a sudden just disappear like a ghost, and then your feelings hurt. And then you trying to figure out what happened. Were you good enough as a woman? Were you beautiful enough? And you gonna have to turn down 700 women. So he understand women grieve different. But today what we want to do is get the women to stop grieving. Get the women to start being a little bit more stronger, because these women subject themselves to any kind of abuse just for the love of the dollar, or just to be stable, if you will. Ain't reading no books, and they know they man can be at work all day, and then they can play with their side piece, their other side piece, and the stability there. And he will say, in a world like this, it's just blowing his imagination. Where then we have the men who have become under some type of spell, if you will, demonic possession, reprobate state, where they feel they should be with more than one person and more than the opposite sex. We got so many people exercising their rights, and they right, and they got a right. And God said we always got a right in the wrong way to go, and He gonna always allow us to choose our way. And as we traveling today, June 29, 2024, to the Murray Street Library on Hubble Street, and we want to just slow it down a little bit to get the women to think about the constitutionality of building the foundation called the family. And the constitutionality of it is you got to have all the pieces in place. And first of all, you got to be married. We got a lot of women just giving up that wedlock, that muscle, just for the sake of it, because they got a sensation. And you can say them sensations have really generated too many babies. And if we got all these babies in town, and we got all these mothers in town that's struggling, we got all these fathers disappearing from the family unit. We trying to figure out why this keep happening, why this problem can't be resolved. And Eagle say he been on a journey in his head studying, why so many people just make up to break up and then make up to break up and then create seed and then make up to break up, make up the break, and then they just give up. So eagles say when we give up on ourselves and our family, then God might one day bring it back, but He might one day not bring it back because you have to understand. If you get to know somebody, then you understand their motivations, their motives, and their agendas, and they drive for life. And you can say he has a zest for life that's like no other. I mean, he want to be the richest man to ever be in a human body. It don't matter about the skin or the race or none of that. He say he just got to be the richest because the things that he do and the things that he say and the things that he endure, nobody else has been able to triumph from these type of endurance. At the same time, though, he want other people to be millionaires and billionaires and trillionaires and zillionaires. And he say on his stowaway, his school, you could get there, but you got to endure a lot of tribulation. If you don't know how to endure tribulation, you will never make it to the level Zookeeper say he needs you to be. If you say you want to be rich, we got a lot of people that want to be rich and they getting there too fast. And then when they understand that they got there too fast, the police come kick in the door and do these type of things to the people. So he can say, he do not want to build a Sandcastle Foundation, and he been working for 3 years plus to get this situation resolved with his lawsuits. And he think in his head and his heart of hearts that he gonna put one of the Starbrook the best responses that could ever be a response, proposal of facts ever be proposed, facts and dispute of defendants' allegation that they should survive and granted summary judgment. So as we judging, Eagle say he just in the city of Marshall, feeling so good, and want to know why everybody who love God just broke. Ain't got no companies. Ain't nobody came and said, "Hey, Zookeeper, we got you, baby. Do you need some help?" I mean, it's just so much. But and then Eagle say, "Well, I might be richer than them," and other people be intimidated. Eagle say sometimes it just take a little bit of a sacrifice, if you will. But then he say he gonna sacrifice for you if you sacrifice for him. So we in a situation where Eagle say he got to do big lawsuits today, but then he had to teach on the show. And the show is more important than the lawsuits because we got to understand God said we should make memories that's going to impact the kingdom and they're going to be meaningful for a lifetime. And what we're trying to figure out today is who has and who has not reached their goal that they say God have given them by the spiritual kissing that he gives out. Well, he handed out spiritual kisses. And today we want to focus also on the women who find themselves lost in the tribulation, amazed in another man's mind he created as a fantasy for them. And they happen to never be able to get entrapped. They just trapped. Well, I'm stuck with him. He has everything and I have nothing. Now we have a lot of men that will make you feel so good, wine and dine you, and tell you to stay home because he don't want nobody even getting to smell that booty. And he gonna say, no, we build a foundation like this. Shout out to FedEx. When we build a foundation like this, people, we have a lot of men who are insecure and beating on the women, terrorizing them, torturing the women because they didn't understand how precious that muscle was that God gave the woman. So anyway, we want to get back to the focus. The central focus today is he who neglects his present concerns finds himself eating the wind as his bread is being eaten by another and another and another and another. So Eagle say he had his sanctuary. He finna go lay the people down on his lawsuit in his head. But outside of his head, he want to bring you back to reality. And reality is, if you don't believe in God, then you might not have a spiritual foundation. And we speak of spiritual foundation versus physical foundation. And a lot of people get caught up in the lexicon because they have no idea of what it means to transition from spiritual plane to physical plane and physical back, unilaterally, forwardly, and all these other type of things. So Eagles say his vocabulary, his vernacular is just so untransparently new that people get so lost in the sauce of it. And Reverend Eagle say if you one time tune in on his show, he gonna let you know today he got some very important business, but at the same time, business really wasn't business because the business had already been handled.